Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. MJ here, your Be Bold Why Not host, and welcome to episode 4 of season 6 of our show. And you are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv. And if you miss our live show, you can listen to our podcasts on Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a lot more. And as we all do here in Be Bold Why Not, we are here to empower you, inspire you, and help you or guide you to your journey to discover yourself and to master whatever it is that you are born to do. And of course, we are brought to you by Lawin Media Network. So again, good evening everyone, and to all our loyal viewers from the Philippines. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And I truly appreciate you for watching us and supporting us. Without you, this show will not be possible. So again, before we start and get our guest on the show, I just would like us to see the mechanics of our game. So let's show it.
How to join the game. Watch the live show and join the conversation. Share your thoughts or experiences by commenting during the show. Like, share, and tag at least 3 friends in the comment section to qualify for a chance to win a prize. Participate actively. The more comments you leave, the higher your chances of winning. All participants will be eligible for the prize. The winner will be selected using the Wheel of Names randomizer.
There you have it. Again, I would like to emphasize that for our viewers, for you to qualify, I know this is new in the rule, but I want you all, or we want you all to share. Not just make comments, but tag some of your friends so we can reach more people, so we can inspire more people. That's just the goal of tagging, is for us to be able to reach more people that can be inspired and empowered by our show. So please tag your friends, okay? So tonight I am very excited to have, wow, I don't know how to say this, but I believe in divine intervention, and I believe that things don't happen by accident. You wouldn't think that you would meet people in your life that, wow, you just connected. And there is a reason why we meet people in our lives. In this world, we cannot live on our own. I mean, no man is an island, right? We are created to connect and have relationships with other people. And that's how we make this life a better world. And that's how we make the most out of our existence in this world. So anyway, yeah, it's very interesting. We're going to tell you all about how our special guest and yours truly have actually met. So be ready. But anyway, our special guest, her name is Orange Jones, OJ for short. O diba? OJ MJ. That's very nice, right? OJ is raised in Missouri City, Texas. She is the oldest of 4 siblings. She graduated from Thurgood Marshall High School. Then she furthered her education at the Texas Southern University with a Bachelor's of Science in Electronics Engineering Technology, where she participated as a wave color guard in the Ocean Queen of Soul marching band. Wow, that's very interesting. Shortly after that, she joined the Finer Womanhood organization, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. She recently needed a career change, and insurance was the route that she took. After working for State Farm and learning the ropes, she decided to start her own insurance company where she offers all lines of insurance. Her company is called Rooted Insurance Solutions. She offers your solution needs in auto, home, life, healthcare, Medicare, and notary services. Wow, it's like a one stop shop. And yes, that's her company. She is your local and trusted one stop shop. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, to our viewers, let's welcome our very special guest for tonight, OJ. Come on in.
Hey, MJ.
OJ, how are you doing?
I am blessed.
Uh huh. Yeah, I know, me too. I'm so glad we're actually talking live
Yes, and look
here.
good. Like you say, divine. Look at this. Orange. Didn't even talk. And we're wearing the same
Uh-huh.
color.
I know, like I don't know, maybe divine intervention again. I didn't know what to wear, but then I saw, oh, I think I'm gonna wear my orange because I love orange too. And I didn't even realize I wasn't thinking that my guest name for tonight is Orangey. Right?
Look at that. Look at that.
So that is so cool and interesting. But my first question to you is, and probably our viewers are kind of curious, why do you think your parents named you Orangey? Is there a story behind
Of
your name?
course, there's a story behind everything. So yes, my mother wanted to name me, funny or not, Elizabeth. And I guess she gathered that name from the Bible. And my dad told her, we don't know anyone in the Bible. So I'm named after my mother. Her name is Orangey Victoria. I have her first name. My sister name is Victoria. She has her middle name. And my two brothers, they're also named after family members. One's named after my mom's dad. One's named after my dad's dad. So how we came up with the name is I'm named after my mom, and how my grandfather came up with that name, naming her that, is he wanted something different. He went down all the fruits and colors. He said yellowy, peary, and orangey stuck. So voila, we have orangey.
Oh, that's so cool. So do you have aunts and uncles who are pear and yellowy? Because
Funny, but I do receive that question. No, she was the only one that received that such unique name and decided to pass it on and name her
okay.
daughter after her, like men named their sons after them. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just thought I would ask that question
Great
because
question.
yeah, you went
Makes
down
me
the
want to
fruits,
know.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask you. I just want to learn a little bit more about your childhood. So tell me about the little Orangey. Growing up, how were you? Like maybe the a 5-year-old Orangey or 9-year-old. Tell us.
Wow, that orangey is literally a whole 180. What's the word? I was insecure. I didn't fit this bright orange color as I do now. It's vibrant and bright as my personality is now. It was not that back then. It just took some confidence because again, orangey, I got picked on by my name. So I had to grow some tough skin and fit in.
What? So people labeled you because of your name?
Come on now. Yes, they were mean. But they called big eyes. So I had big eyes. I had a weird name. Oh my goodness. And then I started growing my hair natural when I went to high school. Oh my goodness. That was another layer of what they wanted to kick me on. So, but no, I grew into this, but I would say I would definitely consider myself to be a whole 180 on what I used to be as far as growing up. I've always had the big sister. I'm a big sister, so I always tried to make sure I was tough and set a good example. So I would say one thing I did try to maintain is being younger orangey is setting a good example for my siblings, behind me to follow. But outside of that, I've always been outgoing. I love to be active in sports. I did dance all my life. So I danced from elementary, middle school dance team, high school dance team, college, did all of that, did softball. I was very active. My dad didn't let us sit at home. You had to get outside and do something. There was no sitting around not doing anything. So I stayed active. I was very active, which that carried on into my adult life. I'm very active and involved in different things.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're a dancer too. What type of dance do you love? Because my daughter is a dancer, and I dance a little bit, but not like professionally trained. But what type of dance do you love doing?
Ooh, what type of dance do I love doing? I would say, as of now, I would really like Afro beats. It's just the rhythm and how your body moves and hearing the different basses and the drums and the different instruments. I would say Afro beats because it allows you to move in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. So now, because you said that with your name and with your looks and all that, you had a little bit of challenges growing up. Now, how did you face those challenges, or how did you deal with them? And how was your family support during that stage of your life?
One thing about me is I'm not necessarily an open book. So if it's a don't ask, a don't tell. So I can't say that my family really knew what all transpired in my childhood. I just sucked it up and nothing happened. I'm tough. I'm fine. Okay, I live to see another day. So I can't really say that I put my family in a position to support me during those times. I just tried to make do with what I had and tried to be tough and just overcome the situation. So I didn't really dwell in it too much. I just tried to move on and think of another positive day ahead of me.
That's awesome. I love that answer, because that only shows that you've been like this, tough and everything, ever since you're a little girl. So you just had to face things. It's like whatever was coming your way that was not good, you just like, oh, it's just part of life, right? So
Correct.
you had that mindset already. So you were actually very bold and courageous, just facing them on your own without even letting your family know that you were going through this. Because as we all know nowadays, bullying is very rampant, right? In every community, in every school system, it's just out there. And it's a challenge for the students, especially those that are victims, right? And sadly or unfortunately, for those that bully other kids, they also have some effects on their behaviors grow as they grow up. So I think you would be a great inspiration for those people that go through the same thing, because you just have to tell them, just toughen it up and just face it, right? Because it's part of life. Sometimes I think what really makes people think that they are a victim is they think as a victim. But in your case, you didn't. You just faced it, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what
It
can you
was,
say about that?
it wasn't, it's not necessarily easy. No one likes to be bullied and things of that sort, to be picked on because of their situation or the way they look, or some things that you honestly can't control. I can't control my name. I can't control how big my eyes are. It's just a matter of I don't even know, because bullying is something hard, and because a lot of kids lose their life behind
Mm-hmm.
bullies. So that's just one of those hard things.
Mm-hmm.
But and it just all depends on the mindset of that person and how they take that bullying. How do they let that affect them? As you can see with myself, I didn't necessarily let that affect me. But as I look back at my childhood, and I was like, oh, that's why I act like this, or that's why I do this. It's because this did happen to me. So in some way, it did affect me. I might not have let it affect me as much as I was younger, but everything is a contributing factor of to who you are today.
Yes, yes. And definitely you took those challenges like with victory. You know what I mean? It's like you were like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go over this because everybody goes through those things. I mean, it's not necessarily bad as you said, but it helps you become a better person. It helped you shape for who you are today. Anyway, we're getting so like into the conversation. We didn't even notice it's already 8:16. So we have to go on our first break. All right. So we'll be back after a short break.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right, we're back. And before we continue with our chat, let me just read some of our comments for tonight. Let's see from Daisel Miralciaton. Good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. All right. And May De Vera says, you look very gorgeous today, Miss MJ. Thank you so much, May. And then Recto Julius, good evening, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And then we have Jingle Romero. Good evening po, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pozorubio, Pangasinan. And we have Joyce Sibug. Good evening, Texas, watching from Pangasinan. Good evening, Ma'am MJ and Ma'am Visitor Orangey. Okay. Good evening.
Great evening.
Yes.
Hello.
I know. So are you having fun yet?
I am having fun. MJ, you know you and I have great conversations. You know we have great conversations.
Yeah, well, thank you. So anyway, you also mentioned about your personality when you were young. It's like 180-degree like with confidence and all that. Now tell us, how did or what things did you do that helped you come out of it and build your self-confidence? Because I know a lot of people, that's really something that, oh my gosh, like even if you just ask them to talk in front or approaching people or just being themselves, it's so hard to get out there and be confident. So how did you build your self-confidence?
I would say the biggest thing that is really sticking out to me right now is my mom always told me the worst thing somebody could tell you is no. And rejection is hard for a lot of people. And once we understand that rejection is a part of life and that closed door should not stop the process, that helped me a lot. And I would say just being involved in so many organizations, like, you know, furthering my education, going to college, standing in class, presenting those projects and those essays, those PowerPoints in front of the class, having to go on interviews and sell myself as to why I am the best candidate to work for you, for your company, and going to places as far as now, asking them questions. Hey, I have an event coming up. Can you send me some marketing material for the event? It's just a matter of going out there. And once I learned that the worst thing somebody could tell me is no, it was like, okay, on to the next. That was practice. Okay. And then I always try to look at situations and see what could I do different? What can I take back as a learning experience to make the next situation better than the next? So I would say that right there helped me with my confidence and also just understanding my value. And, you know, speaking of confidence, I think that possibly goes down and just dwindle on down into the mental health aspect of things. Is I'm very big on having, good mental health. I'm an advocate for mental health. I go to therapy. I still am in therapy. I'm at the best I've ever been, and I feel as if it's even more important that I stay in therapy to maintain the peace and where I'm currently at in life as far as how I feel. So I would say that one right there, that helped build my confidence, and then also understanding that in life stuff happens. Don't
Mm-hmm.
dwell on it. Take that information and let's move on from it. Like, let's not dwell on it. And it's okay to be human. It's okay to have those feelings and those emotions towards the situation that just happened. That's a part of being human. But time goes on. We have to move on as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say that right there helped with my confidence. And then again, I'm big sister. So I really just try to lead a
Mm-hmm.
good path for my younger siblings to look at.
That's amazing. I know. I love it. I love it because I think, as you mentioned, rejection is just part of life. And you know what? I heard from one very inspiring woman. Her name is Jamie Kern Lima. I don't know if you know her, but she is, I think she is the founder of the It Cosmetics. And she said that rejection is God's protection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because if you get any rejection in your life, that only means that that's not the best opportunity for you yet. That God has something bigger and greater for you. And it's part of his protection that maybe that company or that goal that you're trying to achieve is not going to give you the best results.
Correct.
Oh, when I heard that from her, I mean, like, yes, because I myself, I mean, I kid you not, I'm scared of rejection. It's why I'm a little bit shy approaching people. But now it's a segue. It's a segue now to how we met. Because remember, we met at an event. So yeah, and I was like, I know I was talking about it. You know what, OJ? I just want to let you know that I used to not openly share about what I was doing also. People know I'm a nurse practitioner, but I was mentioning to the table, right? That's how you overheard me. I was mentioning to the other table how I'm also doing this life insurance with living benefits, and you overheard me. But if you had known me before, I was not open because I'm they said, I don't want people to think that I want to make money out of them. You know what I mean? So I was very, very like into just keeping it. But and I have the opportunity to approach people, I didn't really do it. But now I am more into like I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it to share to other people because I know the value. I know how the protection, the peace of mind, the security, and all that we're offering. Because I had a firsthand experience delivering this type of security and peace of mind, and it just feels so good when you are able to help people. So now let me ask you, when you overheard me about that, what came into your mind?
Okay, because I actually think it was the other way around though. Because
Yeah.
we were at the table, and I think someone asked me what was my career field, or what was my position related as far as the healthcare field. Because I remember my mom standing there with a few other women, and I can't remember who. I believe it was you. Could have been me. Who knows? We just heard insurance, and so we heard that one word, and from there we exchanged numbers, and we have not lost communication since then.
Yeah.
And it was just, and again, like you said, our interaction it's just been on point ever since
Mhm.
that day. So it was just, oh my goodness. And I also want to go back to something that you said prior to the segue, as far as rejection, as God's gift of watching over me. Because where I'm currently at in my spiritual journey, this is important for me to say. What
Yes.
God has for me is for me. It will not be missed. So whatever God has for you is for you. Nobody else can take what He has ordained for you. So that door being closed is, oh, that wasn't meant for me to walk through. So I did have to, I had to have said that. So I had to say that in reference to that point. But like that just goes to in reference to a door being open to a pathway that I should be walking through. So that's just really how that said. It just kind of confirmed things on because I had already made the decision in reference to leaving State Farm and starting my company. And so it was, oh my goodness, I just met her. Her energy was great. And then later on, we met and we started talking about, living benefits. And I was telling one of my friends, I'm not just looking to sell life insurance so people can have life insurance. I'm looking for a product that people would also believe in to where they wouldn't want it to lapse. It's something that they feel as if they have to have, if they understand the importance of it, and it's not just paying out upon their passing. They actually have something in place if a chronic condition was to happen, or just a big condition that they did not even expect to happen to, or they have to tap into that benefit now versus later. It was this, and again, when I went, it was, oh my goodness, I really like this. And with current situations in my life transpiring right now, and a lot of companies always ask you, what is your why? I already had a why, but now I have an even bigger why as to why this is big to me, why this is important to me. I already have so many different whys, but now I can actually say I have a cake topper for my why.
Wow, that's and again, as I've mentioned earlier, things happen for a reason. And whatever your experiences in the past, like getting those rejections during childhood and being active and boldly just doing your thing and being active as you grew up, and having experience with farmers or State Farm, right? Sorry. Yeah. And it's like every stage of our life is actually preparing us for the bigger stage. We just like actors and actresses or speakers, they start with sharing their stories for free just to get known out there, just for them to build their name and credibility. And the same with actors and actresses, they start with small gigs and then they go up, and then the big opportunity comes. So in your journey, it's like you had this experience from State Farm, and then now you have your own insurance company, and now God is just bringing you all the people that he thinks would help you build this business, because you want to reach more people and build a clientele. Or I know this, it's not, I don't want to say clientele or something, but I know that our main purpose in doing this is to be able to help and to add value to other people. So it's more of a crusade what we're doing, because having been exposed, especially in the in healthcare industry, where I take care of really, really sick patients, working at MD Anderson Cancer Center, I know how devastating it is. So what we do and what we have is a solution for this major risks that are happening in people's lives. So yeah, God has just been preparing you for this time. So I know we have a minute before our break, but can you tell me what stage in your career you realized that you actually wanted to have your own business?
I would say my stage and my career was, I'm in the office and I'm saying, since I clocked in here, I didn't lock the door, unlock the door, servicing the account, selling policies. I said, I'm doing everything, but I'm making to nothing. I said, and I kept applying for jobs because I'm like, okay, let me apply for some jobs. Let me keep applying because again, I took a pay cut. I took a pay cut, huge pay cut. But I had to get away from where I was. So I said, okay, versus me trying to find it, because I just kept getting rejections. I'm like, my resume is, especially for customer service. So I was really shocked that I just kept getting rejections. And that's when the light bulb went off. Use these licenses and start your own business. And that's literally what I've been doing. Ever since that light bulb went off, I've been go get it. I've been on.
Whoa. See what those rejections had done, right? Without those rejections, you wouldn't have thought of becoming your own boss. Right there. Whoo. That was like bullseye. Anyway, let's go on another short break and we will continue with our very interesting conversation with our beautiful guest, OJ. So see you after a short break.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, we're back. And before we continue, I have a lot more comments from our viewers. So let me just read them to y'all. We have Rochelle De Seco. Good evening, Texas, watching from the Philippines. And then we have Ruby Vergara. Good morning, watching from Pangasinan. We have Geraldine Garcia. Hello, Mom MJ and Mom Orangey, watching from Laguna. And that's it. But again, I want to remind again our viewers, please, please, please tag your friends. I know you're being inspired by the stories that we're sharing on the show. And if you could just please tag your friends so they will also be inspired, be empowered, and we can help them also with their journey in life, whatever challenges they're going through. They may just need to hear some of these conversations that we offer here at Be Bold, Why Not? So kindly tag your friends. But I want to go back, OJ. I just want to know, because you have a degree in engineering, electronics engineering technology.
Yeah.
I just want to know, and you are doing insurance and all that. Why the change?
So when I was in college, I was literally when I was in college and it was time for me to do my internship at NASA. I was literally 0.001 away from the GPA I needed to qualify for that internship. The following semester, I had the GPA, but I was already working, and I would have had to take out of school for 2 years, and it was, do I want to stop working? Stop school for 2 years and do this internship. And mind you, by the time I graduated, of course, everyone wants experience, but no one wants to give you experience. And then it was, oh, you're overqualified. Then it was, oh, you're not in college, do an internship. So I'll try to do an internship. It's, oh, you have to be in college to do an internship. Then it was, okay, well, I'll come in entry level. Oh, you're overqualified. And then it's, oh, you don't have any experience. It's, you know what? But I don't regret it. I love my full college experience from day one to the end.
Okay. So, but was it challenging to take, have a degree and take on a different type of job?
Challenging? No. Humbling? Yes.
Okay. Tell us about that. How was that? Yeah, that's very cool. Like humbling.
So you would say, okay, you done went to school. You did the bare minimum. You graduated high school. Now you furthered your education, and I had good grades, high school and college. I had good grades. And for me not to get a job in the career field, because you would think as if, you did all of what you needed to do to graduate and to obtain the degree. But now it's experience. So it was very, man. And I always tell everybody, I recommend do not work in college. Do not work in college. Enjoy your college experience. because by me working, I took on bills. I took on a car note. I took on rent. I took on a phone bill. If I was not worried about any of that and just solely focused on school, I would not have worried about not working for 2 years to go do an internship for me to get a job when I graduate in my career field that I just spent thousands of dollars on. So that's why I say it was humbling, and it allowed me to take a step back and to see what could I do different and what could I tell people that I would recommend from my experience on what they can do if they do decide to further their education. And my number one thing is I do not recommend anybody to work.
Yes. And you're right. Because once, I think what really happens is once you start earning, and you're right, once you start earning and making money, it's like it takes you away from your focus in your studies and from your goals. Because I think that the the idea of getting a degree in college is to you have your interests, you have your strength, you want to focus on that, you want to study on that, and when you graduate, take a job or land a job related to what you graduated for, right? But I think because we're making money while we're working, it's like it becomes more like a less priority now.
Correct.
Yes, to pursue the career that
Like,
you
let me maintain this lifestyle that I created, and
Mhm.
then finish, try to make sure I obtain, versus, okay, let me make sure I graduate and have a job lined up and pay for these bills. It was just the priorities and things. So yeah.
Yes, yes. Anyway, again, as I said, even with that experience, still it made you who you are, because nothing that happened in our life in the previous stages or chapters of our life, nothing that happened had really created something in us. Everything, every experience that we have in one way or another, in a big or small way, had made us for who we are now. So that's why you have that great mindset. That's why you have that great work ethics. And that's why you actually had that light bulb that, like, wow, I don't want to be just an employee all my life working so many hours, so tied up. I'm like, I have to be here 8 to 9 or 10 hours a day, and I cannot freely do the things that I have in mind, because we are all born to be creative people, right? Every day, even though we're working for other people, we still keep thinking about what can we do better? How can we, even just as an employee, we want to be a better employee, we want to be a better person, we want to be we want to build better relationships, but why can't we do it and build a better version of ourselves and be better, bolder? And now here you are. Now let's start talking about your business. So why the insurance industry? Because pretty much it's like you're an umbrella of all security offers that you have: home, life, auto. So why the insurance industry? Who inspired you, or what made you decide to go this route?
So I would say, a very good friend of mine, we love to talk money. How we gonna make some money? She's like, oh, Jay, you like making money? How about we sell life insurance? And so I obtained my life insurance license, but did not use it for that company. Once I figured out how everything was structured, I didn't care for it. So I had the license, I obtained it, did not use it, never sold a policy. And then once it was time for me to get away from that full-time job, State Farm was the first job to hit me up. I said, oh, here we are. And then once I got in there, I noticed the need for in how I interacted with my customers. I had customers buying policies from me solely because I thoroughly explained their policy to them. Or I also added on some extra benefits to it where it only cost them an extra dollar a month, if that. And it was like, oh my goodness, my other insurance does not offer this. And it was just the type of service and the response and the feedback that I was getting from the customers. And I'm a customer service person, and I'm also in the business of helping people. So it was, I like this. And when it came time for me to explore other career options and I was receiving those rejections and the light bulb went off for me to go ahead and use the resources and the skill set I do have, which is the insurance, because I do have these licenses, why not go ahead and use them? And I said, I can do all of this for myself. And you took the words right out of my mouth. What can I do better? And my biggest thing why customers love me was my customer service. If I say I'm going to call you back, I'm going to call you back. Even if I do not have the answer from underwriting, I want to give you a call back. Oh, you don't understand this? I want to take the time out and paint you a pretty picture to make sure you have a thorough understanding of what all your policy covers and explain to you the importance of it. And now that I'm having a better understanding of the insurance and how everything works, I don't try to give you the best buck. I'm making sure that you're adequately protected just in case you are in a situation where you do have to use your policy. You are adequately protected to make you sure, because people don't understand insurance is go hand in hand with your finances. Because if you find yourself in a car accident, oh my goodness, I don't have any money to fix that. But if you have the proper coverage, you just pay your low deductible if you opted into a low to no deductible, and that's all you'll be responsible for. So just having a good understanding and having somebody such as myself that'll thoroughly explain it to you, so you are, having, a good understanding of what you have, is what kind of sets me apart. And that's why I call myself Rooted Insurance Solutions, because I make sure I want people to understand that I'm providing you with solutions. I'm not selling you insurance. These are solutions to if you run into an auto problem, if you run into a home problem, or to a life-threatening problem. You already have solutions at your fingertips. And I also explained it to you in the process of you signing up with your product from myself, how you can use it, so you're already, know on the forehand on what could come forward.
Yes. Wow. And you know what? Sometimes we just have to, I agree with you. As you have said, you just have to make people understand what they're getting. And sometimes people, when they hear the word insurance, it's like they think it's an expense. Yes, it is, but they don't realize that it's actually an asset. Because when devastating things happen to us, like you have mentioned, if you get a car accident, if you get a devastating illness, if you get a fire in your house, or you get like, natural disasters happen, your roof can just blow off because of a hurricane, or if things happen, people crumble if they don't have, and they could lose everything just with devastating illness, like cancer or stroke. Reality is, all these things happen, we just don't know when and how it's going to happen to us. And if we are spared from these devastating things or incidences in life, we're lucky. But what if, right? There's so many what ifs. So yeah, it's not, life insurance is not an expense. We are offering solution for whatever disaster that people may encounter, for whatever problems in their health or in their jobs, even, because there are coverages that will take care of your income if you suddenly lose your job or you cannot do your job. So we're offering solution and like peace of mind for people. So there's so much value in what you do and what we do, right? So now that you have planned out, you're very decided on what you do, and you're going to do what your company is. So what are the core values of your company, if you can share with us?
I would say my core values is, for number one, is customer service. I want to make sure that you are receiving that exceptional customer service, that you are getting someone when you call, you are getting an answer when you call. Somebody will say they'll call you back, even though I might not have the answer, but a simple, hey, underwriting still did not let me know that answer, but I'm still working on it for you. It's still a sense of communication, letting them know that you are there. On top of the customer service aspect of it, you have someone here local, and you have someone that, is licensed, and bonded. So I have my license, I also have my insurance as well to protect my company as well. So I would just say my customers are my core focus in making sure that you are well protected in a solution, and to know that I was there to help you and your family, because it's not just you, it's your family as well. That I was able to help you and your family in the time of need makes me feel great.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. Customer service is very important. That's how people, just like employees, they stay in their department or in the company because they're being treated well. So the same thing with our customers, they stay with you because they feel the genuine care and that you're there for them. Anyway, let's go on our last break and we will continue with our chat with OJ. So see you after a short break.
Hey.
All right, we're back and we have more comments. So let me just read them to you. Let's see here. From Rector Julius, good evening, Mom Orangey, OJ Jones, watching from Pangasinan. Wow, he did good, right? He got your name right. Good evening, Mom Orangey, OJ Jones, from Mary Grace Rocapor, Recto. And then we have Daisel Miral Siaton. Good evening, Mom Orangey, watching from Pangasinan. And we have Filomeno Castañeda. Good evening, watching from Pangasinan. And we have, I think that's it, or we have more comments here. Alexis Oliveros, good evening or good morning, watching from Pangasinan. God bless. Dencio Estarija, good evening, Texas, watching from Tarlac. Good evening, Mom MJ and Mom OJ. All right. So it's getting really good. Now, my next question to you is how do you see rooted insurance services, right?
Solutions.
Solutions, sorry. How do you see rooted solutions in the next 5 years?
I would say in the next 5 years, I see myself having agents or producers under myself, and this would not be a one-man marching band. So I would say I most definitely see myself as a team and not solo. Right now, I am currently flying solo, and everyone right now is getting the best of me because right now I am the face. I am physically out there in the different communities and different events. So you are able to see your agent, your local agent, and actually, broker, and talk to myself and ask myself questions, and get to know me and things of that sort, so you can understand who you are working with and who you have working for you. Because at the end of the day, I am your broker. I am here. I have your best interest in mind to make sure I am presenting you with the proper product that fits your needs. Everything is customer specific. So I am, I see that happening in the next 5 years. We can have some other bright entrepreneurs such as myself with Rooted Insurance Solutions.
That's amazing. You're rooting for you, right?
Yes,
We're rooting for you.
As far as me coming up with Rooted, and it stuck out to me because I'm making sure I am staying rooted within my community, along with rooted in my different products that I sell. I am attending classes, I am attending trainings. Whenever they have an update, I'm on that call. We have a conference here, I'm going there to making sure I'm up to date, so I am able to properly advise you on which direction you can go. So that's where I came up with the name in reference to being rooted. I'm local, I'm right here, and I'm also rooted and dedicated to making sure I am serving my community the best way as possible.
Good, good. So how can our viewers, or how can clients or customers who want to be in your company or want to have that relationship or build that relationship with you as their agent or broker, how can they contact you?
Yeah, so the best way possible right now is 832-647-1005. That is my cell number, my personal business cell number. So that again is 832-647-1005. And my email address is my first name, Orangey, at rootedis.com. Once again, that's Orangey at rootedis.com.
Okay, so rooted is okay.
Yeah, rooted is. Yeah, rooted is, because rooted is providing you with solutions for your time of need. So yes.
Yes, wow, I love that. You know what? You could be a model for like an ad or something. You can
I
create.
really can. Send me the sign up sheet right now and I'm signing up.
Okay. That's amazing. So now let's find out the, because we have time. So let's chat more about the fun part of OJ. Tell us
Okay.
about the funny OJ.
What you want to know about the funny OJ? Because OJ is funny.
That is so cool. What do you love to do for fun?
I love to travel and eat. Eat and travel, whichever order you want to put it in. I don't know which one I enjoy more. But I love to travel. I love to go here. I love to try new things. I recently just tried a new cookie recipe, and it is
The best.
winner. I got a winner. I actually just baked some cookies. I'm gonna go take them to my neighbor in a little bit. But because when I make something good, I like for other people to try it. So this is my new cookie recipe. You know those oatmeal, those hard oatmeal iced cookies? I made a soft version.
Ooh, wow. So you love to bake, you love to travel, you love to eat. That's
I love to
fun.
cook. I love to be in the kitchen. I can't say I love to bake. I only found this is my second cookie recipe. So I really can't say I love to bake. I love to cook. Because
Cook.
cooking and baking, that's two different things.
Yeah.
I love to cook. Baking, I just like to, it goes down to trying new things. I've been having something in my mind. And now that I am an entrepreneur, so I make my own schedule, I actually have been able to try all of those things I have in my head. So that's that right there in the kitchen.
Amazing. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you have all the time freedom in the world. You can create your life in your own terms, right? But now I'm gonna ask, let's get a little bit serious this time. Are there any particular people in your life that you look up to, and what wisdom or principles have you learned from them?
People that I look up to in life and principles. Now I'm gonna be really quick, as you've seen, but this one calls for me to think. I can't really say that I look up to someone. I live vicariously, and that's how I maneuver through life. Is now that I have the level of discernment that I have, I don't have to go through certain situations for me to understand that that's not the path I want to go down, or that is the path I want to go down. So I really just look at the lives of others and see, oh, okay, I'm not going to do that. Or,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you did this, let me try and do it a different way. And I really just learn from my mistakes. And I am a person where I really just try to become a better version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I am very intentional with what I do. So I really just I'm just very cautious of what I do, and I'm just trying to make better decisions than the decisions that I made and use that as a life experience. But I can just say I can remember things that my parents would tell me. It goes back to that tough love stuff, and but again, it makes me who I am and how
Mm-hmm.
I can have the confidence, because I feel as if I've already seen the lowest of the low, the bottom of the bottom, the darkest of the darkest. So it's only up from here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I've been kind of maneuvering through life right now and getting to where God has ordained for me to be.
I love that. You know what? You are answering like a beauty queen. You know how you can. It's so interesting because when you think of the question, you just, it's so natural how you answer them. Like it's not like I ask you a question, you just straight go through it without thinking. I can see how you're processing it and like sharing your thoughts and your ideas and all that. And you have mentioned about you have seen the darkest of the darkest and the lowest of the low. So what lowest level, or what's that deepest pit in your life that you can probably share, and what how you overcame it?
Depression, just going
Mm-hmm.
through that dark phase, being hard on myself, not giving myself grace, feeling as if I should be somewhere else or I should be better off than where I currently am. And just not giving myself grace and just really being hard on myself and keeping being confined, keeping things to myself, not using the resources that's in front of me, feeling as if I have to do everything by myself. Because again, I tell you, I'm a closed book. But I'm a
Mm-hmm.
closed book, but I'm really not. You just have to ask me. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody asked me. Everybody would always come to me and talk to me about what they have going on. But it was never those, oh, Orangey, by the way, how do you feel? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
OJ, oh, let's do this. It was always the vice versa. So that was my low, and how I overcame it was, okay, I can't do this by myself. Okay, I gotta talk to you. Okay, it's not so bad talking to you. Okay, therapy not so bad. It took me a couple of sessions to talk. That's one thing I can say. I did not go into therapy pouring my life away. I went there and I said, no, I need somebody else. This person not it, because they're not getting me. I went through a good 5 sessions and I would not talk because again, you're not asking me. You want me to just tell you, and I don't know you. So it
Mm-hmm.
took me in a therapist, and she asked me more in depth questions and pulled that information out of me. And but again, we did build a comfort level. As to now, I have another therapist, and I think of her as my best friend because it's just so comfortable for me to go and just talk to her and let me catch you up, okay? It's just I'm a big advocate for therapy. You actually have a professional
Mm-hmm.
here
Mm-hmm.
to talk to. I have a professional best friend. That's literally what I call her. That's my professional best friend who's certified to do what she does, and I can talk about what I need to talk to her.
Awesome. You know, we all go through those challenges. And you're right. Maybe people were coming to you for advice because they always knew that you were tough. Because you know how we, other people see us, but they don't know what challenges or what's going through our lives. So, yes, if you are going through any type of mental, like, breakdown, or if you're having emotional distress, like anxiety and depression, seek professional help and open up to the people that you feel like you can trust and that can support you. We all need somebody to talk to. We all need somebody to lean on, a shoulder to cry on. There's no wrong in needing people. We all need people to live this life a better way, right? So
I can actually say, MJ, you brought something out that I never like put two and two together, and it's funny because I actually have therapy tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So I'm actually going to tell her that you helped me make this correlation. How you asked me how did I maneuver with my childhood, and I told you like, oh, I just brushed it off. I took that on into my adult life until I really hit rock bottom and was like, we cannot go through life like this.
no.
And that was my wake up call. And from there, it's been bright orangey ever since then. So,
Wow, amazing. I'm so happy for you because, yes, we cannot go through life alone. We need each other. We need God. We need each other to help us, support us, strengthen us, motivate us, empower us. No man is an island. So, oh my God, it's getting so interesting. But we are at the end of the show. But for your final thoughts, OJ, what can you tell our viewers?
um, for final thoughts, I would say use the resources that God has placed in your life. Everything is there for a reason, along with everything happens for a reason. Just because one door closes does not mean that all doors are closed. And it's just I just say be prepared for what you ask for as well. As you ask God to do things, also ask God to prepare you for what you're asking Him for, so you can hold on to that blessing He is about to prepare you for. And my baby do want to say hi because she's just sitting over here. So say hey, Kitty. Say my name is Kitty, like a cat.
Okay, hi. Well, OJ, you know what? You've been an inspiration tonight. Thank you for sharing us and openly sharing and boldly sharing your story. Now you're not a closed book anymore. Now you're an open book. But it feels
Okay.
so good because you never know who's listening that might really learn from what you have shared tonight. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And I myself have been inspired by your story. And let's see who our winner for our game tonight. For the wheel of names, let's see. All right. Congratulations, Alvin Reyes. You know how to contact me to claim your prize. Anyway, OJ, thank you very much. I can't wait to be your partner. I can't wait to see your journey in your new endeavor. And I pray God will bless you tremendously.
Thank
Yes.
you, MJ. Thank you very much for this platform. Thank you for being you. Just thank you, MJ.
You're very welcome, OJ. Good night, everyone, and join us again on Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for another inspiring episode here from Be Bold, Why Not? Bye.